All right, the time has come. The best part. Golden Gate Bridge right under the furry dinghy. And we're headed out, make a left, turn to port, go south. Start dropping off clothes.
Can I just point something out?
What is it?
This is, for me, when I look at you, I just feel so much pride because even though we did a full lap on Delos and you've sailed so much on Delos and all that, you own this boat, you're the captain, you're the man, you put so much work into this boat. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I love you.
Thank you, love you too.
Are you really crying?
A little bit. Yeah, it's really special. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. How's it going?
Better than it's been.
What do you mean?
It's been a rough week. Oof, I don't even know how to sum it up. But yeah, the weather moved our trip back by a few days. There's some big lows spinning down, and we can't sail south with southerly winds. So that happened, and it actually worked out great because I ended up getting really sick. I've been down in bed. Well, I haven't been. I've still had to get up and do stuff because turns out when you work for yourself, there's no such thing as a sick day. You don't get to call in sick to work. And then one of our crew that was supposed to come on this trip broke their wrist when they were getting their expedition bag down. And it's been pouring rain and it's just been pure hecticness. So it's been a hell of a week and I feel like we've been pushed to see if we really want this, and it turns out we do. So let's go.
You may have noticed there are no YouTube ads on this and many of our videos. We feel that having the ability to choose what we represent and promote is very important. So with that being said,
we are stoked to share that this video is sponsored by AG1 from Athletic Greens. We've been drinking AG1 aboard Lentica for over a year now, and it matches perfectly with living aboard a sailboat. It's a super easy way to do something good for yourself each morning. It takes up very little space, which is really important on a sailboat, and it's delicious. So drinking AG1 has become a ritual aboard Lentica every single morning. It's super simple. You have this nice little bottle, you put a scoop of AG1 inside, you add water, shake it up, drink it down, and boom! You get 75 vitamins and minerals, you get antioxidants to support the immune system, and you get probiotics to support gut health. I've definitely noticed a difference in my energy throughout the day, and my personal favorite thing is that it's packed with adaptogens and superfoods that counteract free radicals. So if you'd like to start your day by doing something truly good for yourself, go to athleticgreens.com/Cruisers Academy. If you go there, you're going to get 5 free travel packs and a free year supply of D3K3 with your first order.
we've been over in Point Richmond on the east side of the San Francisco Bay for the last month or so. We're getting a new Dodger installed on Lentica, and it turns out Compass Canvas has their own dock where they measure and install new canvas right in front of their office. In addition to the arch and extra solar panels, this was one of the biggest upgrades we wanted to make to Lentica before taking off.
Before, to work on this winch in the Dodger, I had to be hunched over like this. So I'm pretty sure the Dodger was about, it was about here, the previous one.
Dude.
So like you had to go down into the hole and then you could kind of work on it like this.
Yeah.
But now you can literally stand right here and I still have headroom to work on all this stuff.
It's incredible.
There's a lounge up there too.
Yeah. It's so cozy.
Yeah,
we just got like a whole new room in our house.
Yeah, it's like an addition.
With the new Dodger, arch, and an additional 840 watts of solar from sun-powered yachts, there was just one more major upgrade we needed to make before setting sail.
Today we're moving install water maker to the in progress. It's a very big step. It's one of the biggest projects on this entire board. A lot of these are smaller projects. So.
It's really one of the only things that has to happen before we go.
Yeah, it's true. This is Rich, and today we're installing a water maker on board Lentica.
Woohoo!
Today and probably tomorrow.
Yeah, it's probably a 2-day job.
Yeah. So we're really excited to be getting a water maker on board. It's going to change everything, especially for diving and showers and just not having to freak out about going to fill water at the dock.
So can you just explain how this water maker works?
So there's two types of water makers. There's piston pump style, And then there's energy recovery pump, which that's what the Schenker Zen 100 is. So a boost pump is going to feed this energy recovery pump at about 125 psi. The hydraulic energy recovery pump boosts the pressure up to about 750, 800, and then pushes it through the RO membrane. So there's pre-filtering before the water maker membrane to remove the plankton, the algae, the chunks, and then the RO membrane does the actual separation of with using the osmotic pressure differential between the fresh and seawater.
Okay. So here's the
heart of it.
The heart of it. The important
mothership.
Part. The mothership. It's cool. It's all one contained unit. I'm used to dealing with water makers that are modular everywhere, you know?
Yeah. So this is the high pressure pump up here, and it shares the manifolds and the unit with the two membranes here. So it makes it pretty compact into one. So with my daughter in the Maritime Academy, after cruising for 5 years with her growing up, she said, "Dad, we should be dead. We didn't have proper PPEs. We didn't have a lockout tagout procedures. All the things we did, we should have been dead."
What's lockout tagout?
It's something to do with safety.
All right, let's go.
And so began the process of mounting, plumbing, and wiring in our new water maker. And 3 days later,
Yeah, it's ready. It's good. That's good drinking water.
With the water maker installed, all we had left to do was welcome our crew aboard. This would be the first official season of the offshore chapter for the sailing school, which was a huge step for us. We decided to split the trip into several legs and have 2 to 3 crew join us per passage. Most of the crew joining are alumni who've already taken a course with us, and all of them will be participating in every aspect of life aboard, from sailing to cooking, passage planning, night watches, and everything in between.
Yeah, so originally we had Chris and another crew member that were going to be joining us on Lake 1. And the night before they were supposed to arrive, our other crew member was climbing a ladder to get his bag down to pack, and he fell off the ladder and dislocated a couple fingers, broke some things, ripped some tendons, like really damaged his hand. So we got a text at about midnight that was like, "Hey, I really damaged my hand, and I'm not going to be able to make it," basically. So we went on to find Mike, who's been on on Lentica before.
So from the time we text you to ask if you wanted to come on this 10-day trip, you were here within, what, like
72 hours.
72 hours? Was something like that?
Yeah.
Cool. And Chris has taken every single thing that Cruisers Academy has come up with.
Almost
I think like twice.
Yes.
Yeah.
In duplicate.
In duplicate. Cool.
Yeah.
Can't wait for this trip. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, you're like a little kid. You couldn't sleep last night?
Nah, it's like you're going to Disneyland, you know, the next day. You just can't sleep the excitement.
You brought your mom on board. You're like, "Mom, look at the electric head.
Look at everything. It's so cool.
Yeah, drinking water out of the faucet.
Yeah.
Look, Mom, you can drink the water.
It tastes so expensive.
It's so expensive. Most expensive water in the world from a water maker.
No matter how old you get, your mom is still your mom.
I love it. It's super cute.
So.
All right, well, the time has come. Despite all the challenges this last week, the sun is shining, and it's time to get off the dock.
You ready?
I'm super ready.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Everything is gonna go exactly how it should.
Well, let's not go that far.
Well, how it should means that whatever happens, happens.
That's true. That's true.
Cool.
Okay.
Let's do it, guys.
Woo!
Shit.
Yanmar, baby.
Let's go to Mexico.
Let's go to Mexico.
How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm anxious and nervous a little bit. Like those, butterflies is leaving, but it's just been such a crazy whirlwind of a couple months to get the boat ready. And yeah, then it's here. And you're like, wait, did I do everything right? Did I unplug from the dock properly? Did all those things, right?
Yep.
But everything's good. Now you just leaving the dock is always the hardest part.
Yeah.
good. Lentica's ready. We'll go fill up with fuel. Anchor right by the Golden Gate Bridge, the exit. Check weather. And then now we're in passage mode, which feels good. So it's $295 to get down directly into Santa Barbara. So obviously this coast here, it can get pretty nasty, especially during this time of the year when the low pressure systems start to come in. So the low pressure system is going to be spinning counterclockwise. Really like dense, small. They're basically just hurricanes before they get too strong. Low pressure system spinning counterclockwise. As they come in, they hit the coast right about here, specifically around Point Conception. They accelerate up the coast and off into the Sierras, and that's why we get snow. So that's kind of what we're dodging now, is now this first week of December is when the low pressure systems really start to turn on. Or it can be the end, you really actually don't know. But now there's been 2 in a row, there's another one coming tonight, and then we'll look at the weather now, but I think there's another one coming on Thursday or Friday. So it's just like boom, one after another, which is great for our water and snowpack, right?
Yeah.
So let's say if we leave here Tuesday at 7 a.m., then total to get there at 5 knots, Wednesday, Thursday. So we're looking at kind of like Thursday night, Friday morning, something like that. So luckily between San Francisco and Santa Barbara, there is a couple of good spots. The first one would be Monterey that I would want to pull in. I think Santa Cruz, Half Moon Bay, they're just so close. We'd be like there in less than a day, and I really want to do like some offshore sailing with you guys. Yep. So we'll probably skip those 2 unless something else happens with weather or whatever. We know they're there. Monterey is about 70 something miles away, so that's kind of a good first run to stop at. If this low pressure system speeds up and we need to be in there, we can pull into Monterey earlier. The next one after Monterey that I'd like to go to, if we can make it, would be down into Morro Bay. Okay, cool. So now let's go over and check and see what the weather's doing. Predict wind, yeah. This is kind of the route that I put in for Predict Wind. Does a weather routing option, so it'll tell you like how long it'll take, where you will do your tax, what the conditions will be throughout the journey, right. Depending on what you set in the boat polars, right? Because it needs to know how fast your boat can go, how high it can point into the wind, how it behaves in certain conditions. Basically, a grid file is what we're looking at for the conditions. These are all the different zones that you can download the information for. Grid files are cool because they're super low data information for weather. So they can give you wind speed, wind direction, temperature, pressure, rain, all kinds of different stuff that you can get from a grid file. And they're really, really low data. And then Predict Wind takes them and turns them into nice, pretty lines and all that stuff. Right. So you're really just downloading like code and text. That's why this grid file here for this area is only 383 kilobytes. Wow. So it's like nothing, right? So PWG, PWE, ECMWF, and GFS. So each one of those is going to give you a different interpretation of the data that's out there. GFS model is the normal one that you see in usually you see it in like the iPhone apps, Windy, like those kind of regular weather apps and stuff. It's usually GFS. We can view the data either by clicking on the map or clicking on the tables themselves. So the tables are going to give a lot of the same information, but instead of it being like a nice pretty picture, it's going to be all data and graph, which is sometimes cool to see because you can see like, okay, where's the max wind we're going to see on this entire trip according to this. Right now it's on December 8th at 8 a.m. and it's saying we're going to see 17 knots of wind. But now let's look at all of that information in a nice pretty version. Okay, we're coming up on departure. The low is kind of moving south down the coast. We're gonna catch the top end of it, so the offshore winds head out. Kind of find ourselves, as long as we don't go too fast and end up in the center of it where there's zero wind, we can kind of stay on the top. Yeah, we could probably pull into Morro Bay for at least 2 days. Probably 2 days we could pull into there, or a day, and still be out of there on the 10th with enough time to make a stop in the Channel Islands for a day or so as well.
Cool.
So
That would be
as
awesome.
far as we'll check the forecast again in the morning right before we leave. So we'll wake up at 8 with the idea of heading for Morro Bay because we all agreed we want to stop there, which I love it. That's great.
It's beautiful.
And if something changes or will change along the way, then we'll adapt. If we have to come in earlier, we'll go Monterey or Morro Bay, and then hopefully the Channel Islands too, with a stop in Santa Barbara.
Sounds good.
Okay, let's do it.
Right on.
Break. Lake 1, baby. Golden Gate Bridge right under the furry dinghy. And we're headed out. Make a left, turn to port, go south. Start dropping off clothes.
Can I just point something out?
What is it?
This is, for me, when I look at you, I just feel so much pride because even though we did a full lap on Delos and you've sailed so much on Delos and all that, you own this boat, you're the captain, you're the man, you put so much work into this boat. I'm so grateful for you. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
I love you.
Thank you, love you too.
You're really crying?
A little bit. Yeah, it's really special. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. We're up.
It was sentimental leaving the bay. Yesterday when we were coming over to our final anchorage, I was just looking around and I was born right there in San Francisco. I grew up in the North Bay, lived in the city, so the amount of times that I've driven over this bridge as I kind of became an adult was thousands. And the fact that, I don't know, I left and came back and get to leave again in this way, it feels, I don't even know how it feels. It feels overwhelming, so it feels really special. It's bittersweet to leave, but there's so much cool stuff ahead. And when you work this hard for something, it's pretty special to watch it come true. So let the journey begin.